here we go. First match for the Battle City Knockout Tournament. It will be one match, so unfortunately if they draw a bad hand, it will have to end early, but at the end of the duel, I will go through the decks as well, so we can actually see which cards consist of Joey and Arkana's decks as well, so we're not missing out on anything. If you notice my voice is a bit different, I am almost whispering a bit. It's just gone after midnight here in Australia, and there's other people in my household asleep, so I kind of have to be a little bit quiet, but I'll do the best I can. So first match of Battle City, I've been looking forward to this as well. It's been in the making for some time, and Joey, as usual, has drawn a shocking hand. Alright, that's Nutrient Z. That, if you take 2,000 points of damage, you gain 4,000 life points first. And there is Graceful Dice as well. That's a card which he used quite a lot during the Battle City series. If I say GX, I mean Battle City. I often get GX and Battle City mixed up and say one when I mean the other. There's Opticlops from Arkana. He's played 2 cards face down. So I decided to go with Joey's perspective just because his deck is really fun with all of his chance cards. Kunai with Chain won't do anything at the moment. He could equip that to Opticlops and then activate Nutrient Z, but he decides against it. Alright, Joey has drawn Protector of the Throne. That's still in his deck because it's part of one of the fusions. These fusions are Guiltier, Alligator Sword, Dragon, Thousand Dragon, and Flamed Swordsman. Alright, back to Arkana. He's played a face down defense. And he's going in to attack with Opticlops again. Did he use Opticlops in the series? I don't think he did, but I used a combination of watching the duels and Google as well, because through the anime duels they don't play a full 40 card deck, they just sort of play what would sort of be considered a half deck. I kind of had to improvise a bit and add some monsters that were from the Battle City era as well, but their decks are pretty true to their anime as well, unless they were a banned card, which was a bit of an obstacle as well. Alright, there's Axe Raider for Joey, and there is Graceful Dice, so he wants a 2 or a higher to be able to oh, you're kidding me. He rolled a 1, so he's only going to get to 1800. He does have Kunai with Chain, so he can gain another 500. That's hilarious. Alright, that'll put Axe Raider to 2300. Oh, Pitch Black Power Stone, that's a good card. You get 3 spell counters on that, and you flip that face up. And, ooh, Nightmare Wheel. Alright, so that will immobilize an opponent's monster, kind of like Spellbinding Circle. But now Joey will lose 500 points every turn as well. He does still have that 2300 shield, so it's not too bad. Okay. There we go, Joey's into the battle phase, and end phase because he can't attack, so yeah, his Axe Raider's pretty much useless on that field except as a shield while it's affected by Nightmare Wheel. Joey does have a remove trap and a remove trap in his deck, but he'd be lucky to draw it. Okay, oh yeah, there we go, he drew Time Wizard. Or did he already have that in his hand? Or am I just... Or should I already be asleep? Anyway, Arkana has tributed 2 monsters. That means he is going to get the Dark Magician to the field. Now, I've only put 1 in his deck. I know he had 3 in the anime, but if he has 3 in his deck, I don't know how functional his deck becomes, if that makes sense. Because that's like 6 tributes that need to be made. That's quite heavy on the tributes compared to the monsters he's got. I've tried to balance everyone's decks with 20 monsters, 20 magic and trap to keep it really well balanced. Alright, there goes Axe Raider. And now Joey's he's in a bit of trouble here, because he's only got Time Wizard, which its effect could destroy the Dark Magician. Oh, Monster Reborn. Alright, Joey has got 2 chances then with Time Wizard's effect, and it looks like that's what he's gonna do. Okay, he needs heads. Oh, and he doesn't get it. There goes Time Wizard. Now, he does have Monster Reborn, so he can try again. There's not really anything else that's been used so far. There you go, Joey's gonna... Well, he got the worst possible roll with that graceful dice. That was... Oh my goodness. I can't scream either. I'm got my hand over my mouth. I can't scream either, and I really want to, because Joey's luck in this duel has been absolutely legendary. He failed that dice roll and he failed Time Wizard twice. Oh, this is like that duel he had with oh, what was his name? He had Judge Man as his deck leader when they had that little sort of like subplot where you had Noah take him into the digital world, which was really... It wasn't a bad little story, but the fact that they did it right in the middle of like the finals of the tournament was really annoying, because like the duels were really heated. Oh, Little Wingard, good card that he used in Battle City. But oh, when that Noah storyline started and they had like those Kaiba's 5 executives, when Joey battled that one with the Judge Man and he kept like manipulating Joey's luck, that's kind of what this duel has been. But I really like that part of the show, but they should have had it after the finals had concluded, not halfway through, because it just derailed the momentum. Anyway, it's looking like Joey is going to lose this. He did activate Nutrient Z earlier. He's got no other defense. His Little Wingard is gone. There's a Mystic. Is that Mystic Tomato? Oh, Masaki. Oh dear. Well, Joey won the last knockout tournament, and it looks like he's going to be the first one eliminated, which is ironic in its own sense, but also kind of cool because it means that Arkana is moving forward, and he was an interesting character from the series as well. But this knockout tournament, while it's still like a knockout tournament and I want it to have like a prestige as a cup as well, it's also to field test the decks before a true full-blown season as well. Magical Dimension, that's a cool card. He's got Dark Magician on the field, so he can tribute one of his own monsters and destroy one card on the field. He can also special summon one from his hand as well, and that's Sagi the Dark Clown. That's just a filler card to get to the 40 card deck limit. And I think that's going to do it. Just about for Joey. He's still got 1 turn left to draw another card. Am I counting wrong? No, he will survive. Only just so. He's only going to be able to draw 1 more card. But I don't think he's going to be able to draw anything to save him from here. And Alligator Sword. It's a shame he doesn't have his baby dragon as well. He could have made it Alligator Sword Dragon, but anyway, that is going to conclude. Joey is going to lose on the next turn. So it's doing all this stuff on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays kind of derails things a bit. That's why this one's a bit loose, but I wanted to get Battle City started. Alright, there we go. That will conclude the duel. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up the deck, so just bear with me for a second. Alright, now that battle has concluded and we've seen Joey, the winner of the last tournament, lose, let's have a quick look at his deck, because we had a pretty quick match in that one. And, oops, wrong button. Alright, let's go up here. So, Alligator Sword, Axe Raider, Baby Dragon, Battle Warrior, Flame Manipulator and Garuzis, along with Guardian of the Labyrinth, Masaki, and Protector of the Throne, Swordsman of Landstar. They're all his normal monsters. Some of them he's taken through from him with Duelist Kingdom just to fill his 40 card deck. Gearfried's there, Guilford the Lightning, Hayabusa Knight, Insect Queen, which he wins off Weevil, but I thought it better just to add it to his deck as well. There's also Jinzo, Little Wingard, Panther Warrior, Rocket Warrior, the Legendary Fisherman, Time Wizard. So we didn't really get to see any of his better monsters, but this knockout tournament won't go for that long, so we'll be able to see Joey's deck in action again when the season starts. There's Amplifier, which is for Jinzo, Graceful Dice, a couple of sword equips, Monster Reborn, 2 Polymerization because he does have Alligator Sword Dragon, Flame Swordsman, Guiltier and Thousand Dragon, so I thought best to put 2 Polymerization because there's quite a few fusions. Question, which is a bit of a funny card. That's the one where you call the monster that was sent to the graveyard first. Roulette Spider, which is a chance card as well. Scapegoat, his Shield of Sword. And then everything just from his dice reroll. Fairy Box. Gamble, Grave Robber, some of these cards he had in Duelist Kingdom as well. Magical Arm Shield, that's a new one. Nutrient Z, Skull Dice, and his Trap Hole of Spikes. So that's Joey's deck. So he does have some new cards which he used in Battle City and some he's pulled forth from. Now, you might notice I didn't put his Red Eyes Black Dragon in. That's because he didn't play it throughout the entirety of that Battle City series, and because he's already got Insect Queen, Jinzo, and Legendary Fisherman, along with Guilford the Lightning, that's a lot of tributes, so having Red Eyes wasn't really functional for his deck anyway. Let's have a quick check of Arcanas as well. So we got mostly spellcasters, which I've had to use to fill his deck, because him and Yugi they played a few cards, but not that many. I watched the anime, I used Google, I did a bit of research before constructing his deck, and this is sort of what I came up with for Arcana. So I've got Aquamador, Dark Magician, which unfortunately I can't get his like evil looking Dark Magician to come up. He did have more than one copy, but for him to have multiple copies, it does work because he's got Dark Magic Curtain, but he doesn't have. You know what? Let's change that. Let's just change that. Let's put 3 in because he had. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this knockout tournament to begin with. It sort of field tests the decks as well. Let's put 3 of them in just for the hell of it, because he did have 3 copies. Where is he? There he is. Mystical Elf, Neo, Opticlops, Sagi the Dark Clown, Apprentice Magician, Breaker, good card Breaker, Duragato, Legion, the Fiend Jester, Magical Marionette, that's a really good card as well. There's something creaking behind me. There's Magical Plant, Mandragola, Magician of Faith, Magician's Robe, Magician's Souls, Malastole of Demise, Mystic Tomato, Old Vindictive Magician, that's like a Man-Eater bug for spellcasters, Royal Magical Library and Skilled Dark Magician, along with Magic and Traps, Anti-Magic Arrows, Dark Magic Attack, Dark Magic Curtain. That lets Dark Magician destroy all spell and traps. You have to pay half your life points with that card to get him on the field, so it's a bit broken, but Dark Magic Veil. So a lot of these cards more just supplement the Dark Magician or its spellcaster monster in general. So it'd take a long time for me to read out all these cards effects, obviously, but most of us would have probably seen these cards before at some point. But where was I up to? Dark Magic Veil, Dark Mambel, Ectoplasma, Magical Blast, Magical Contract Door, Magical Dimension, Mystic Box, Swords of Revealing Light, Thousand Knives, Dark Renewal, Dust Tornado, Magic Jammer, Magical Hats, Nightmare Wheel, Pitch Black Power Stone, Tragedy, and Trap Hole. They're the cards that make up Arcana's deck right now, which I reckon that's a decent deck for Arcana. Some of these decks were actually quite hard to put together just because of the way Battle City duels went quite quick. You only really saw like 10 or 20 cards from each duelist, so I kind of had to improvise a bit making some of them. But overall, I think I did alright. So let me pull up my tournament bracket. And in the next match, we are going to have Esperoba and Ishizu, which should be a good match because those two never played each other. And both of their decks, Esper's is... That's a quick look at it. Sorry, I know it's a bit quick, but he does have Jinzo. He has a lot of... I had to put these other Jinzo cards, otherwise his deck isn't really that strong, and I want it to be somewhat competitive. And Ishizu, just here, her deck was the hardest. Because of the nature of her and Kaiba's duel, where the duel only lasted about 6 turns, because Kaiba's deck only had that, and then he used his Blue Eyes instead of Obelisk. I've sort of doubled up her cards, otherwise I'd have no idea what to make her deck out of. So I went with Spellcasters, Fairies, and all of these monsters that she had. I've put these two in, just to make her deck competitive. Ishizu was the hardest deck to put together, but overall I think this is a deck that's more true to her anime deck more than anything, just because of how that duel went. It was a weird duel. But anyway, I'm going to head off for now. It is past midnight and I'm hoping that I haven't already made too much noise. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for... It'll either be tomorrow or the next day. I meant to bring this video out a little bit earlier, but such is the nature of weekends and Friday when I'm filming and recording. Mondays to Thursdays where I get the most done, so sorry about the little bit of, what would you call it, a little bit of inconsistency, but it is a work in progress as well. Hopefully this Battle City tournament does live up, and then straight after that I'll do a season mode as well, where we'll have the 3 duels per match rather than the knockout tournament. I like both formats, that's why I'll do both. Anyway, thanks so much for everyone's comments and stuff. I am seeing them all. I will pull up a few now just so I can throw a few shout outs. Jason Bresland, as always, Kata Lowens, where are they all? Oh, MMA Casual as well, that's why they're not coming up. Joe Laus as well, I see your comments every day, brother. Jesse Gordon as well. Rainbow Saber, new to the channel as well, he's been binging all the videos, thanks for the support. Sir Pipple1 as well. Claytown195, and also another new one was Mauricio Blancart 4556 as well. And Daedalus 8K as well has also been commenting for the algorithm, which much appreciated as well. Well, I am going to head to bed. I teach guitar in the morning as well, and that starts at 8:30, so I probably should sleep at some point. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Sorry, I know my voice has been a bit quieter. I haven't been able to comment at full pace, but waking people up doesn't always end well. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Farewell.